Hello and welcome, my Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon in Leo, waning to new moon in Aquarius, January into February 2021. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons. Mark Angelo Lyons, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, professional witch, professional intuitive, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Malin, fellow Earth sign, if you are new to me and the Drawing the Circle Productions channel. Virgo, that I am here to serve, to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace you need for a specific amount of time. We'll talk about that in a minute. This is an 8-card draw. What do I need read? Meaning that I'm pulling one card from 8 different card systems. We've got 2 tarot, 2 healing systems, and 4 oracles to get you the clues, tips, and hints you need, right? May not be what you want, but what you need for a waning moon, right? This waning moon, it's full today. I'm actually doing this on the day of the full moon, hence my extra little witchy regalia today. I had a lovely 2:16 p.m. When it went full today. Then I started doing the readings afterwards. Wanted to nail the dismount on my own personal work first. But then we were looking at, of course, the waning moon. To not a really great Aquarius new moon. I'm going to say yes, the moon is in Aquarius on the 11th, which is also a Thursday. In February at 2:06 p.m., but it goes void, of course, the same time it goes new, which happens every now and again. It's not great. So if you really want to work with the moon, I mean, you can always do whatever you're going to do whenever you're going to do it. But if you want to work the lunar aspect on Friday the 12th, the next day, the moon will be in Pisces at 2:23 p.m., right? So there you have it, the astrology. That is the waning moon phase. So what you need to let go of, to reduce, to push away, to shadow work, right? Alchemize, so many ways. Forgive, however you want to see that, heal, whatever that entails. So we'll get you some clues, some tips, some hints. Please keep in mind, this is a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs, because you might get similar, same information about, or different information about the same situation or a different situation entirely. Ugh. Oh, the explanations. So let's just say, all the decks that I read are in the description box, all the way at the bottom. Feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath along with me to stay in the present moment so we can really feel out intuitively, as well as for me, clairvoyant, empathically, clairaudiently, and all that jazz to get you the very best that you need. This full moon to new moon. Next, please breathe. My feet were up on like this. The energy is really high during this on a full moon on a Thursday of all days. So here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please, what is the Caroline Mace archetype card? What is the dominant archetype at work within themselves, within another, within a situation? Some of that, all of that for this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video, getting this reading for the full moon in Leo today, waning, or whenever you're watching this, right? The full moon in Leo, waning to Aquarius new, January into February 2021. Okay, now before I tell you what this card is, remember this can be something, archetype being healed within you, shadow to light, alchemized, lead to gold. Could be someone you're dealing with, could be a situation, and I believe it has come up before. Yes, it did. It came up for the Cancerians, your opposite sign. I find that very interesting. You got the Addict archetype. Again, this could be you, this could be another, this could be a Cancerian in your life, right? Totally could be. But it is a soul power that, look, everybody has addictions. Everybody has addictions. I know people who are addicted to being right, that when proven wrong, they go through withdrawal symptoms. It's not shocking, really, if you think about it, right? So let me read you the shadow and the light, because this is shadow work time, right? Waning moon, particularly emotional stuff. It just is. The shadow attribute compromises integrity and honesty, allows an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit, right? An addictive pattern, usually medicating some kind of pain, physical, emotional, mental, or even spiritual. Of course, we have spiritual pain. a lot of the things that we believe about the divine, for example, that it's complete punishment reward 24/7. And it's my experience, at least it's not. The light attribute helps you recognize and confront addictive behavior, which very well might be in a situation. There are such things as addictive situations where many people are involved. Or a person that you are struggling with, dealing with, who is an addict. Now, of course, I would say, people come to me for love, sex, and romance advice because I have had a rather interesting love, sex, and romance path, right? If you haven't struggled with your own, it's really hard to imagine what someone else is going through, right? The pain that we can be in on so many levels simultaneously that even if it's just distraction, oh my God, the endless, and it's just Netflix, video games, you know, entertainment in general, right? Not to mention other aspects of the internet, which I'm not going to talk about on YouTube. So let's keep going. That's clear, right? You're dealing with an addiction, an addict archetype in some way, shape, or form. Again, it's a general read, so if you've already clicked off, well, there you go. But let's ask the angels what you need to heal that. Please take a nice deep breath. Yes, indeed. My angels and archangels of earth in the sign of Capricorn, my Arielites, my Urielites, my Aureolites, please, great legions of the power of earth, please. One card in clarity for this Capricorn collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Watching this video, getting this read, dealing with the addict archetype in some way, shape, or form, and I can feel it like a third, and a third, right? Them, another person, a situation, and then there's a bunch that's mixed, combos of therein, and some might have all three. So please, what is the healing angel they most need to work with? Call upon this waning moon from Leo full to Aquarius new, January into February 2021, self-acceptance. Now, why would the healing angel of self-acceptance be necessary? Well, I would say first step is you first have to acknowledge there's a problem. First step, like literally first step of 12. But also this can be self-acceptance would indicate that there could also be a codependent pattern here. So notice how I mostly started with, you know, drugs, alcohol, the externals, the distractions, but codependence is just as much a destructive addiction, another person, their relationship, what have you, compromising your integrity and honesty, an addictive pattern that has authority over your inner spirit, right? So, you know, particularly if, you know, you have enabled, because who hasn't, right? Let's be honest. This is planet Earth. Nobody gets it right 24/7, 365. But that self-acceptance of, yes, I recognize and acknowledge this addictive behavior. And depending on how you want to deal with that, particularly if you are not the one with the addiction necessarily, then this might be a real self-acceptance and saying, you know what, there's nothing I can do about this. Let me let that go. Let me work on my aspect of it, particularly if it's family, right? Family members and stuff like that, that's hard. I mean, all of it's hard. Just different shades of hard, different hues, I should say. Shade implies a spectrum. Pain is pain. Ooh, pyrite is upside down. Let's go to the Crystal Oracle. Archangel Ariel, one of the three archangelic legions of the power of earth in the north. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, well, this is Capricorn. Why wouldn't it be a serious read? I hear you. Please, my beloved Archangel Ariel, one card in clarity for these beloved Capricorn collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, dealing with this addict archetype and needing to work with the angel of self-acceptance to heal their own self-acceptance, maybe even accepting their role in this, however this is being played out. What is the Crystal Oracle? Whether the stone itself, what's written in the book, any combination of that they need this full moon in Leo waning to Aquarius. Calcite. Calcite comes in many different colors, calcite. I believe Icelandic spar is a form of clear calcite, which I like a lot. let's see. Oh, wrong book. Wrong book. Calcite. Ground mark. Ground. It's been a busy day. And I'm doing this like literally like an hour or two after full moon. I think I'm allowed a little wiggle room here. Went right past it. Calcite. Okay. Energy, vitality, enhanced memory. Oh, I gotta get me some of that. Study, communication, and expansion. Energy, vitality, enhanced memory, study, communication, and expansion. I like this. Your energy levels are on the increase, and you will soon feel a new sense of vitality and enthusiasm for life. An exciting new venture is in store. You will find yourself communicating your ideas and feelings to others with clarity and certainty. Well, I think that clarity in that communication is definitely going to be essential in dealing with an addict archetype, to speak truth clearly. People will pay attention and will want to be a part of your venture. So I get it. It's saying there's more. I'll read the rest of it, but it's kind of saying, I mean, I get that with calcite to an extent. It's very stabilizing for me when I work with it. And of course, whatever your interaction with the stone is your interaction with it. No two are alike in that way, not just stones, but individuals working with them. That if there is something new here, that you will be able to really communicate this. Now, we're going to get to the enhanced memory and study part. Calcite is also about the expanded awareness which stems from knowledge, studying, and learning. This magical crystal will assist you in your studies and enhance your memory. It will also help you put your knowledge to good use in ways that expand the possibilities for your life. And so if this is an addictive pattern within you, certainly learning about it, studying about it, right? Educating yourself, having the memory to remember things that might be an insight one day and 10 days later be a complete breakthrough, right? However that plays itself out. But particularly in terms of self-acceptance here, there's something here about you seeing the expanded picture, right? And a sense of clarity of communication. And I really have to say, even if you are talking to the parts of yourself, the patterns within yourself, the stored up, repressed, whatever, or maybe even the empathic pain you're feeling from others, if you're an empath that way, of course you're going to have distractions, you're going to have addictions. To communicate to those parts and let them speak, does that make sense? That is radical self-acceptance, saying no matter what it is that you're feeling, I love you, go ahead, speak, but you don't let it drive, right? You don't let it keep repeatedly going back to numb itself. You say, no, it's okay. I'm here. I'm going to give you the love that only I can give you. And my mantra for self-acceptance is, it's okay. Right? Particularly if it's like an inner child thing, which a lot of our addictions come from inner child issues. Period. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Let's say a good percentage. Right? Say, my child of my heart. If you say to them, well, you know, this is an addiction that comes from childhood issues. You can't say that to a 4-year-old. You just say, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. It's okay. I love you. It's all right. You're doing the best you can. We all are. It's okay. Right? You know, like to give yourself that kind of clarity I could see calcite bringing, right? And also to see the expanded piece of it if you are indeed an intuitive, consciously, like professionally, right? If you're a reader, if you're just always feeling other people's stuff, right? Then there's clarity of information here and clarity for communication, but with knowledge and study there too, there is a learning curve on this one. Very interesting. Sorry, it seems to be glitching once per video. Let's hope that's the last one. But as I was saying, there's a learning curve here with you. So this is something that's scheduled to happen for you to deal with. How you deal with it, completely up to you. Now, this is where we go into our 2 tarot, right? We got Carolyn Mace, which is the healing system, the 2 oracles, Healing Angel, and the Crystal Oracle. Let's get our tarot down here. Daughters of the Moon, the internal heart, throat, third eye, crown stuff that you need to address, deal with this waning moon. Breathe. My goddesses, I've got a hair on my face, my goddesses of Earth and the sign of Capricorn. I love you, please. 1 card in clarity for this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, getting this read. What is it they need to be aware of inside of themselves to embrace, to heal, to forgive, right? To give that self-acceptance to, dealing with this addict archetype in some way, shape, or form, and the healing angel of self-acceptance with that calcite, that clarity, that communication, that expansion, and perhaps even bringing something new into their lives, a new venture in some way, shape, or form. Please, my goddesses, what do they need to be aware of inside of themselves this full moon in Leo, waning to new in her? In Aquarius, you got the Pisces card, Knight of Cups. In this, it's the Maiden of Cups, the Mermaid, Mami Watu. The Pisces are known to be an addictive sign. Now, I'm a Pisces moon. I know this because why? I have studied and researched my chart rather extensively. I am not an astrologer. I just speak the language fluently, you see, until it gets into math, then not so much. This is very much a mystical sign. I mean, it is. It's the 12th sign of the zodiac. It is that empathic thing. Look, not everybody believes in the whole intuitive empathy thing, but there is the social empathy thing, and particularly as Capricorn, sometimes you can take other people's sufferings on. It does happen, right? Your shoulders are broadest and strongest, and your slow and steady wins the race, but you always get the job done, right? Highest potential. So there's some aspect of your highest potential going on here. Now, what this says to me with the Pisces card inside of yourself is you do need to look at your changing emotions, that your emotions might be changing and you might be resisting that change. Why? Or at least trying to control the speed at which it goes. If the empathic part is not part of it, because look, I live alone and I'm still picking up on my neighbors, and who knows how large my energy field is at certain times of the day, right? What I'm picking up on, so that I can help heal it and transmute it. You got to feel it to heal it. But this definitely says if there's an addiction here within you, there's definitely an emotion in here. An astrologer said to me once that Pisces is the mystic and the addict, because as a mystic, you have to so endure not knowing, right? The mystery of it all, and mystical experiences which sound good on paper, but when they happen can be very disrupting, right? And often painful, facing our own fears, shadow work in and of itself, right? So then if they can't handle that, they tend to numb. Now that form of numbing, as we said with the addict archetype, can be in any shape or form, and sometimes internal, like being right. I mean, like that specific, to be addicted to someone's approval, which would be a component perhaps of codependence. So look, whether you're dealing this within yourself, within another, it's nobody does this stuff alone, right? This is all interwoven. Enmeshed is the word usually that they use in such circumstances. So be aware of your emotions, and particularly your intuition. And I have this little rule of thumb where if there's an emotion that I'm feeling, I accept my role as the feeling of my experience here in physical form. We came in to experience the emotions. I know it doesn't seem that way all the time. Why would we do that? Because as souls, right, it's very different when you're a soul in a body than a soul when you're not. So you know, there's all sorts of stuff that could be going on there. Just be aware of it. Let's ask the gods what's going on the outside. Please take a nice deep breath. God, so much information for you Capricorns. Please. There you are. My gods. They just said slow down. And I am. Feet on the floor. Feet on the floor. Yeah, doing this on full moon is no joke. My gods of earth and the sign of Capricorn, please, one card in clarity. For my beloved Capricorn collective, sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, getting this reading. What is it they need to be aware of on the outside? Maybe how they appear or something in their environment in some way, shape, or form influencing this, part of this. With the addict archetype, self-acceptance, calcite, and the Pisces energy within them. What's going on? This full moon in Leo, waning to new in Aquarius, January, February 2021. You got the Tower card. You got the Tower card. Look, a bolt of lightning coming in, radical change. And destruction. It is a card of destruction, but you know, destroying addictive patterns is not such a bad thing. It's great thing, actually, if you think about it. But it happens fast. And this is something in the outside world, which could indeed be painful. Now, look, again, if you're empathic, I just had an experience that I lost my cell phone, which I'm actually recording on right now. I lost my mind and my shit, and I needed it to. Like that alchemical process. I had to go online to my carrier, whatever it's called, my cell phone company, my whatever, and to GPS it, and it's saying it's in the house. It was in my car, wedged between the driver's seat and the center console that lifts up, but it's all black, and my phone is black. So I looked under there, and I couldn't find it. I had to have them ring the phone, so I heard Debbie Harry singing "Dreamin'," which is my ringtone, over and over and over and over and over, talking about dreaming, Pisces, right? I mean, it was an intense morning, and I was like, why did I have to lose it so bad? I'm talking to them afterwards, because there's a lot going on around you and the people around you. So of course there's that empathic part of it, but the world is going through so much tower change right now. So again, for a general reading, the best that I can say is that there's a trying to mitigate or cope with pain here that can be very addictive. But however, the point is not even necessarily to halt the addiction. It's to help you recognize and confront addictive behavior. That brings it into physical form. That brings it into action. And when the tower is coming down, you know, it's what do they say in AA? What do they say in AA? Yeah, my best thinking got me here, right? So hence this calcite and this clarity, and to be very loving and gentle with yourself, self-acceptance. Yeah, honey, everybody's got their addictions. And maybe then to have that self-acceptance within yourself if you're not the one with the actual addictive behavior. You see what I'm saying? This can play itself out so many different ways. Good God. I have to say, doing this for a living is a career change. It's interesting. I mean, I don't know. Beats doing math. I'm verbal. Please take a nice deep breath. All right, they're saying this will bring clarity. Well, it should. Please, my pantheons of love from the angels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. Please, what is the lover's oracle message for this Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign? Watching this video, getting this read, dealing with this addict, this self-acceptance, this calcite, this Pisces, this tower, for this full moon in Leo, waning to new in Aquarius. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Do what feels right. Sagittarius got this one. It was the read I did earlier today. All right, so deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. And that's where the angel of self-acceptance comes in. I have a feeling if you do this, it might actually draw down this tower because things have become stagnant in a situation. Then inside of you, there is emotional movement coming, and it is summoning the tower. Now, here's the thing. After the tower comes the card of the star, the hope, finding your inspiration, finding your guidance, finding your grace. This is a necessary stage that must be gone through. If there is an addiction at the foundation of something, just like if there is a crack in the foundation of a tower, the best thing that can happen is that the tower be brought down safely and quickly. That sucks, depending on what that tower is for you. So I am so sorry. Let me say now, I'm so sorry for any pain or suffering that anyone is going through. And as an empath, a good part of that is selfish. Sorry. And it is YouTube. Let's keep it like cats. I know, wrong sign, but you know what I mean. All right, let's see what your higher self has to say about all y'all. Please take a nice deep breath. Yes, indeed, the higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension and above, eighth chakra and above. A whisper of love oracle, please, for the Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. What is the piece of information, inspiration, and or insight this Capricorn watching this needs, considering they're dealing with the addict archetype, self-acceptance, calcite, Pisces energy inside of them, the tower outside of them, or maybe this Pisces, well, it is Poseidon in the mythic tarot. I didn't even catch that. God of earthquakes. So actually he's shaking the ground beneath while his younger brother Zeus is hitting it with lightning. Well, at least they're getting along. They're collabing. Isn't that lovely? Please, higher selves of all involved, considering deep in their heart, they already know the answer and to do what feels right. So please, what's the whisper of love for them this full moon in Leo, waning to Aquarius next? Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. Now, I could go off on 15 minutes or so about this. I could TED Talk this. I could TED Talk anything. But to know that the love, that this then is about love. I mean, it is the Whispers of Love Oracle. Why wouldn't your higher self say, look, what you are going through, it's not being held against you. Love is all around you. Like from the higher self's point of view, this is a necessary experience in the journey of life. The hero's journey, the path that you love, the path of wise wealth, whatever path you feel, warrior's path in particular, I think the artist's way, right? That the self-acceptance is necessary because you know what to do. You know what feels right to you here. And if you are afraid of bringing down the tower, I have to tell you, I don't think anybody has that much power to create a tower moment. They are part of a tower moment, if that makes sense. Particularly if there is an addiction in play, you already know what to do. So, I think this is true of everything though. Then really try and get in touch with your love. You know the answer, that love is the answer here. You can love somebody and not watch them hurt themselves. You can give yourself the love that only you can give you, and that does take practice and time because we're not really taught that. Maybe by example, I mean, certain teachers, sure, but in our families, in our societies, in our friends, not so much, at least not on planet Earth, it would seem, and yet here we are on YouTube talking about these things, and they would have had us pilloried, tarred, feathered, hung, burned at the stake. Oh, what, just a couple of 100 years ago or so? This is a very, very powerful read then in that sense that whatever pain is going on here that needs to be addressed other than through compromising integrity and honesty, allowing an addictive pattern to have authority over your inner spirit, I would say that then there is definitely emotional pain here that needs more love, not less. That was good. Thank you, Matt Kahn. These parts of us need more love, not less. Yeah, he's the one of course, we know that already, but Matt Kahn has a lovely way of putting it, and this is his healing mantra deck, so this will help. It always helps me, no matter what. Should have seen the one I pulled today looking for my cell phone, activating the third eye. I'm willing to see beyond my beliefs, ideas, and conclusions like it was somewhere in the house when it wasn't. Breathe. And then it took a phone company to find my phone. Please, my ascended masters, please, it's truly true. We have no idea until we do one card in clarity for this beloved Capricorn collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. I'm watching this video. What is their perfect healing mantra that they need, considering they're dealing with the Addict archetype, the self-acceptance, calcite, Pisces energy, heart, third eye crown, the tower, root, sacrum, solar plexus. Deep in your heart, you already know the answer. Do what feels right. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. The higher selves are telling them what to do. Just simply acknowledge it. Start with it, acknowledging it. This is truth. Love is all around. No need to chase it. You can have the town. Why don't you take it? You're going to make it after all. Throw the beret. Breathe. What is their perfect healing mantra? This full moon in Leo to new moon next in Aquarius. I love this card. Inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. You can't read that in this lighting, but it's what it says, I promise. Look, I'm going to read in the bookie book here. This is not talking about the substance of ecstasy that you invite in, if they still call it that. That's what they did in the 80s. I'll give you my frame of reference. Oh no, I'm fine. I'm a Dionysus archetype. I have other access to that vibration. I don't need it chemically. A little Wim Hof breath, a little Anyway, so I'm going to read it for you. Inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart's desire. What I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires, particularly whispered in somebody's ear. Inviting, where are you? Hold on. Inviting ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Yes, I can, right? And was that something you would say to an addict? Be like, no, hush, hush, right? When ecstasy is invited, you feel aligned and ready to receive all the miraculous and joyful gifts of experience the universe is ready to provide you. Ecstasy acts as a cosmic green light that grants your destiny permission to enter. In many instances, this is the piece. In many instances, pain can be healed and released once a healthy relationship with pleasure is established. Well, ain't that a bitch? All we had to do was establish a healthy relationship with pleasure. And meanwhile, we've been hacking away at the pain, haven't we? Embracing it, feeling it, and all that. Working hard, right? My Capricorns. This mantra is ideal for increasing self-worth, which is part of self-acceptance, elevating levels of excitement, and allowing bigger dreams. Let me put this together. I kind of get this. I kind of get what this is saying. The real pivotal point, of course, is with the addict archetype. Is this you? Is this them? Is this a situation, right? Please take a nice deep breath. My beloved pantheons of the divine, may this Capricorn collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign watching this video, getting this reading, be blessed with all that they need. This full moon in Leo, waning to new in Aquarius, that they can get a hold of some calcite. They can get a hold of that calcite and see that larger picture, be able to communicate themselves, to clear, to study, to learn what needs to be learned in this situation as they invite in ecstasy. The mantra, I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires, drop by drop, step by step, up that mountain, building within them, so that the Piscean mutable water energy within them can find that balance between the pain of dealing with addiction in some way, shape, or form with the joy of life, creating a healthy relationship with pleasure as that artist archetype moves steadily, slow perhaps, but steady, winning the race of helping them recognize and confront addictive behavior, because love is all around them. They are safe. They are guided. This is a necessary part of their process. There is love everywhere all the time, but they need to simply acknowledge this as truth, because towers are hitting left, right, and center in their lives and the lives of others around them. Abrupt shift, changes, inflection points for everyone on planet Earth, as well as individually in our lives. And they need to know that deep in their heart, they already know the answer. Do what feels right in your soul and call upon that they may really, even now, be blessed with the healing angels of self-acceptance, so that they can know that deep in their heart, they know the answer. And so that they can accept that and do what feels right for their well-being, for the well-being of all involved in this situation, and indeed for all of humanity, because we all need to learn this one. So mote it be. And so it is. Thank you for watching. It was heavy, but come on, you're Capricorns, and I love that. You know, I was told a long time ago, if you've got a project and you want to hire people, get an Aries to start it, but a Capricorn to finish it. So I trust in you, Earth signs. We have to trust in the Earth signs. The rest of them, I don't know. But the Earth signs, I know. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, I know it was a rough read, but if it resonated, hit the thumbs up thing. You want more, subscribe. You want to comment, please do. I do like reading the comments. It gives me something to do when I'm not doing this. And being the hermit witch of Holbrook, Long Island. So wishing you all the very, very best and the very, very blessed of all of this, my Capricorns. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this does help you. And if you need a bit more, I'm easy to book. Find me online. Really, my info's below. You find me on Twitter. Find me on Facebook, really. You do it right on Facebook Messenger, face-to-face, through a video call. You can pay me that way, too. VENMO, pen pal, Facebook Pay. Just don't bring chickens, because where am I going to keep them? Unless they're fried and in a bucket, then I'm okay with that, I guess. Wishing you all the very best and the very blessed of all of this, my darlings. Full moon to new moon next. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.